Right, a very good afternoon to you all. I hope we're all good. It's Steve here from Weather Focus, and we're here to take a look at the weather for the next couple of days, but more specifically, what is going to be going on Monday. There have been some changes in the model output in the last couple of days. The risk of snowfall across southeast England has increased, but I'll let you be the judge of that. We're going to have a look at a few charts. We're going to analyse it all quite properly, and then we'll have a little look into the longer term trends. Lots and lots to keep an eye on. If you do like the content, please join, subscribe, share, do all the things that YouTube like. But I'm going to get this moving along because this is quite exciting. So today we say goodbye to the mild air, current top of the hots, 9.7 at Valencia Observatory down there across the far southwest and west of the UK. And if you just take a look at those temperatures, all of these stations are pretty much, with the exception of Yorkshire, I think generally towards the southwest of the UK. That is because we've now got colder air starting to push in from the east. Take a look at these temperatures now: twos, threes, and fours coming into the north of the UK. So yeah, that colder air is starting to dig in from the north and from the east very slowly. Right, we'll have a little look at the temperature anomalies. So this is the current scene. We have started to turn bluer, so we are closer to average. All those oranges have now disappeared. And yes, the deep blues that have been over Scandinavia, over towards Siberia and Russia, are now marching westwards, much as forecast. So that is now, and this is what we're going to be waking up to on Monday morning. A very cold day now is progged for many parts of England and Wales and Scotland on Monday. That easterly breeze has really got a bite, and as I've mentioned, there's been a bit of a lowering in temperatures, and this has actually increased potentially the risk of snowfall, particularly across the southeast of the UK. So we'll have a little look at Lapland for a little bit of snow. The reason why I'm showing you this is because it has been absolutely frigid up there. So this was 4 days ago, and this is at Rovaniemi, just to the northeast. Well, yeah, around Rovaniemi, and this is Santa's village on the Arctic Circle. So 4 days ago, minus 26. 3 days ago, minus 25. 2 days ago, minus 23, and today, minus 21. So that really, really deep frigid air that has been bottled up there has now started to leak away westwards. And that's why things are just starting to warm up very slightly. But yeah, minus 20 degrees, exceptional cold. Right, the cold air is moving westwards as we've already spoken about. And I'm going to show you just a fairly sort of innocuous looking webcam. This is in northern Germany, fairly close to I think close to the Low Countries. This was first thing this morning, but just notice it started raining. Then the colder air from the east started to dig in. There's the snowfall starting. And then this afternoon, things have turned wintry. So, yeah, if you wanted proof that that cold air is marching westwards, there you go. Right. We're now just going to take a quick look at the current situation. So, this is the scene across the UK at the moment. It's mainly dry. There are a few showers across the east of the UK and especially up towards the north and the west of Scotland. A few showers around the Northern Ireland coast and down across parts of Pembrokeshire and Devon. But that is pretty much the situation, and those showers will be dying out. What we're now going to do is we're going to take a look at the projected sequence of the rainfall over the course of the next day or so, and then we're going to come on to the interesting stuff. So what we'll do is we'll use the icon. I like using the icon because it gives you an hour by hour step of the situation. So here we go. This is this afternoon. A few showers, as we've mentioned, across the east and across the north, basically around those coasts. We move into tomorrow. So high pressure building now from the northwest, drying things up further north. Just a few rogue showers close to the northeast coast of England and possibly eastern Scotland. But just towards the southern North Sea, just notice how we're starting to pick up convection tomorrow. A bit of instability there. That will be bringing in rain showers tomorrow. Those upper air temperatures just a little bit too warm tomorrow to support anything wintry. But yeah, there they are. They're across the southeast of England, and they will move westwards throughout the course of the day before they die out. Now we'll just push this forward through. So tomorrow night turns very cold, very frosty across Scotland, probably down to as low as -8, -9 in those glens. Under that area of high pressure, but further south, this is tomorrow night going into Monday morning, there's that easterly breeze blowing, and that will, with time, start to pick up some moisture across the far southeast. There you go. This is a situation for 9 o'clock on Monday morning. What I will do, I will come back to that in just a moment, but we'll just have a little look at the temperatures for tomorrow before we get there, because tomorrow will be a colder day, as I mentioned, a mainly dry and fine day tomorrow. But look at those temperatures, no higher than 1 degree in parts of Scotland, and even down in the south, where it's been very mild recently, highs of 3 to 4. That is all you're going to get. So it's been a bit of a change, as I've mentioned, and I think the reason for it and the reason for this enhanced risk of precipitation in the form of snow is due to the fact that we've got a bit of an upper cold pool coming in. Now, I'm using the icon, no, I'm using the GFS here, and I'm using the 850 chart. So this is the temperature 1500 meters up in the sky. As you see with my forecast, I use these because these are really good indicators of the body of the air mass. And just look at 3 o'clock on Monday morning. Notice this darker area of blue, colder area. And if we just zoom in on that, look at those 850s, -13, -14. So, this is exceptionally cold air. And this is a sort of level of cold you get with your deep winter freezes. So we're going to fast forward that, because what will happen with this upper cold pool, just notice how on Monday, this is by 6 o'clock in the morning, just notice how that's moving westwards. It's crossing Germany. By midday, it's coming across the Low Countries. Look at that. By the evening, it's pushing itself into the southeast of England. So look at that, -9s, -10s, even -11s. So yeah, we're comfortably within the zone for precipitation to be falling as snow. No danger of that. But obviously further north, those uppers are warmer. You're closer to the high pressure centre. So yeah, the risk of any wintry precipitation really up north for now is very minimal. But we'll come on to some charts towards the end. You are not out of the woods. I think this is phase one of the cold spell. Phase two isn't too far down the line. So yeah, that's interesting. So this is where we're going to bring in this upper cold pool. And the other thing I just want to show you is the moisture, because although high pressure is on the scene, and you would think, well, high pressure, you can't get precipitation falling. Well, you can, especially if you've got very cold uppers moving over a relatively warm body of water with a decent fetch and a little bit of instability. And I'm just going to show you that, because this is the situation again at 00 hours on Monday. And just notice, as we fast forward that, you've got this area of moisture across northern Germany in association with that cold pool, and you've got the moisture in the North Sea being homegrown really from the temperature gradient between that cold North Sea and, or should I say, that warm North Sea and the cold uppers. But anyway, I'm gabbling on. Let's move that forward to 3 o'clock on Monday morning. There's your moisture just starting to come into the southeast. 6 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, midday. So by then, you've certainly got enough moisture. That's going to pick up or enhance the convection risk. But towards the Low Countries, notice how that upper cold pool is moving in, and with it, it's bringing moisture with it, so that by the evening, there you go, there's a fairly decent chunk of moisture, which is obviously going to aid the potential convection. What the models do agree about is that by 3 o'clock on Tuesday morning, the moisture would have gone, the air would have dried out, and then your convection risk would have disappeared. So I'm going to go back to that chart from the icon and show you what that was showing. So this was the icon. If we just home in on this, sorry Scotland, I'm not going to include you in this just yet because you're high and dry at the moment. But yeah, if we just take a look at icon's take on it, that's quite convective. That is showing the risk of definitely snow showers at different times on Monday. Earlier in the day, it's the Thames estuary. You've got a bit of a Thames streamer that kind of fizzles out, moves westwards, could move a fair chunk further west towards possibly Hampshire, looking at that. And then again in the evening, you've got another sort of area of precipitation moving in from the east, and that's probably as that cold pool comes in. So that's your icon's take on it. And then by early hours of Tuesday morning, the moisture's gone, the convection goes. I'm going to show you two or three other models' takes on this because they never agree on the same thing, and I like to give a little bit of balance in these forecasts. So that's a potential quite wintry icon take on things. I'm now going to show you the GFS's take on it, and I've got to say they're the party pooper. So there's your showers across the southeast tomorrow that we know about, the rain showers, and then by Monday morning, an increase in cloud, and yeah, apart from a flurry across maybe parts of Surrey, and just to the south of London, it's a bit of a no-show, isn't it? From the GFS, there's a little bit going on in the channel late in the day, but yeah, as far as the GFS is concerned, nothing's happening there. So we'll now take a look at the ECM, another model. We've got to use, we've got to compare apples with apples or eggs with eggs, whatever it's called. And once again, they're going for those rain showers across the far southeast tomorrow for a time before drying out. So yeah, quite a good agreement on some rain showers for a time, particularly across Kent tomorrow. And then moving to Monday morning, this is the time when the icon was really going for it. They're showing the chance of some wintry precipitation, but nothing too significant. But the signal is there, so it can't be ignored. And then later on in the day, as with the icon, the signal increases again as we bring in that upper cold pool. So you've got to say that the ECM is feeling the love for a little bit of snowfall on Monday, but perhaps not quite to the extent that the icon is. And then that moves out the way by midnight, and then by 3 o'clock Tuesday morning, the drier air comes in from the continent, and the convection is then inhibited. Right, I'm going to show you now one run, and this is from the the GEM model. I think this is the Canadian model, and this is their take on it. Now, if you're wanting snow, this is the chart to look at. So once again, we'll go from Monday morning because this is when the snow risk is enhanced. So this is at midnight. These little exclamation marks, I can only presume that they mean ice or something like that. They do tend to overdo them, so I'm going to generally ignore it. But there, just look at this already. They're showing on 3 o'clock on Monday morning the risk of flurries virtually anywhere across the UK. So I don't know how accurate this one is, but I'm more focused on these bluer areas. So once again on the gem, there you go, 6 o'clock on Monday morning. The Thames streamer starts to pick up, and then by 9 o'clock on Monday morning, quite an enhanced area of snow showers pushing down across Essex, across London, parts of Surrey down towards Hampshire, and parts of northwest Kent. And then as the day goes on, those showers, they just continue. So yeah, quite a snowy picture from the gem. And also, they take this precipitation chance a good way north. So I don't know, as much as I think I like the snow, I think I generally want to discount this forecast, but it's good value anyway, and you should never discount any models when it comes to anything weather related. And later on in the day, what they are agreeing again with the gem is that upper cold pool comes in, more enhanced precipitation at the end of the day, moving westwards across the rest of southern England and also into Wales. So yeah, if you're really optimistic about snow and you really want it, put your trust in the gem. Right, where are we going to go now? We've looked at that one. Yeah, now we're just going to close this out with a look at the ensembles. These are your 850s. As I've mentioned, this is looking like a bit of a two-pronged attack cold spell. So we've got the first cold spell it's arriving now. The uppers are below -5. You can see that they drop away with that cold pool late on Monday with the enhanced snow shower risk across the southeast. Those upper air temperatures, they do increase, certainly for the next few days from the 10th onwards, but don't expect the temperatures to rise too much on the ground because I think we'll still be bringing in air from the near continent. So you probably still, even in this milder upper air sort of like blip would still be seeing temperatures probably about 4 or 5 degrees at the surface. But look towards the 14th, 15th of January. This is the one that everyone is really getting excited about. This is the beast from the northeast that is showing up in virtually all of the models now. A big area of Greenland high developing, likely to be bringing in north or northeasterly breezes, and really quite good agreement. But naturally, still, what, 9, 10 days away, you're never going to get 100% agreement. But yeah, there is a fairly good cluster, and that's the situation at in London. This is the situation in Manchester. So again, two-pronged attack, very cold air developing from around about mid-month, and Inverness as well. So lots and lots to keep an eye on. Suffice to say, the cold air is arriving now. We're going to get really quite cold on Monday, especially across the south. Risk of those snow showers in the southeast. Keep in touch with that. I think I'll do another update on this one tomorrow to see if the models are all firming up on that or if they back away from it. You never know which way this is going to go. So that's that. A bit of a warm up middle of the week, but then yeah, all eyes on around about the 14th of January for the next big chill from the northeast. Will it get to the south? Well, stay in touch and we'll see this one through. Anyway, I've probably gabbled on for 15 minutes or more. I'm going to let you all get about your Saturday evening. But yeah, in the meantime, thank you very much for watching and ciao for now.